Extra Life was born.
We have a bowl.
I'm Marcia Hansen and I'm Logan.
In sports, you always have the naysayers out there, or people that think that you can't win a race or you can't do something else. If you work hard and you're focused and you're disciplined and you have some ability and talent, you usually will be able to persevere and get to those goals and accomplish things that you want to in sports.
I don't think anybody predicted, not even us, being his parents, that he would have come this far in such a short amount of time. He's running at a national level in track and field. He's one of the best runners in the state. He's one of the top baseball players in the area, which that was one sport we didn't ever think he would play again. Sports was his dream, and we saw all of his dreams be taken away from him.
Well, the first thing I heard was that they were bringing a 10-year-old in who had been hit in the head with a golf ball.
I ran to the golf course and picked him up. As we started getting to the hospital, I sort of felt a little bit of panic. I got him out of the car, kind of rushed to the emergency room a little bit, and noticed that he was dragging his leg.
He was unable to move his right leg, right arm, and weakened the right side of his face. He also had a seizure, and I was amazed to see that there wasn't really any skull fracture at all, but an area about 1 inch to a half inch deep in the brain on the left side showed a small hemorrhage, maybe thumb-size hemorrhage.
It was just a horrible, helpless feeling because I couldn't do anything and I didn't know what was going on.
I was also very concerned that if you go in to remove a clot, you'll do more damage getting down to the clot.
And then I started to think, was my child gonna live? And when that started to set in, that was the scariest part.
In this case, it was better to let nature heal itself.
With the injuries that I saw initially, I would expect him to have significant motor handicaps and maybe some speech handicaps that preclude him from really playing any major sport activities.
Arden's a Canadian national champion in the pole vault. I played professional baseball. Arden's father played in the NHL. Her brother played on the Canadian national team for rugby.
He grew up seeing all of us compete and all of us accomplishing our goals and our dreams. And I don't think he knows a world of not accomplishing your goals. He transferred that into his therapy. So if he didn't do the exercise that he wanted to properly, then he'd come home and try it some more.
Really hard worker. He would do whatever we asked him to do, which is not always the case in pediatrics. It's frustrating, it's hard work, it hurts, and he really never said no, said I don't want to, this is too hard.
And then he'd go back and be so proud when he was able to sort of win, beat that exercise, and so then he could move on to the next one.
Miracles happen. His recovery is one of those miracles.
I love Phoenix Children's Hospital. I mean, that place was a godsend to us and our family. The staff there, the doctors, the nurses, everybody that took care of us there, they were all fantastic, and we can't thank them enough. He just recently qualified for the Junior Olympic Nationals. He ran 12 seconds better than his fastest time ever to make the finals, and I think he finished 10th overall in the nation, so we're very proud of him.
And literally 4 years ago, he couldn't smile, he couldn't move his right arm, he couldn't wiggle his right toe. Children's Miracle Network is so important for the hospitals. Everything that Children's Miracle Network has done has allowed them to help children like Nathan recover in their own environment.
I think hard work does bring good things. I mean, if you work hard and then if you get the thing that you really want, it's like more special because you know you earned it. No one gave it to you. It's all yours. You did it. There's no way no one will out-kick me in the last 400 meters. I just won't let it happen because I'll push myself till I drop.
Board, and I can pin some Extra Life flyers up.
Extra Life parties?
Yeah.
Some of those cost money, but some of them that are not.
The Teen Advisory Board is a board made up of both patients of the hospital and siblings of patients to the hospital.
Most of us have chronic acute illnesses ranging from cancer to Crohn's disease.
We had all these amazing teens that were so motivated and wanted to do so much for the hospital. So that's when we decided to do a teen advisory board. It all kind of came together rather quickly.
The Starflower gift shop is also selling the t-shirts we designed.
We come together every month to raise money for the hospital.
He used to run track. He texted me from school, and no kid texts their parent to go to the doctor.
Christian was different. He was incredible. He is by far the biggest impact out of all of us on this board.
I'm like, what's going on? He's like, my leg is hurting and it's swollen and hurts really bad. Joseph had taken him to the doctor. And Joseph's like, Dr. Glover said that you need to take Chris to Scott and White tomorrow. He has an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning. He has cancer. And I'm like, huh? What? You know, in my head, I'm like, what?
Last year, we set a goal for $18,000 for a Blanketrol and a vein viewer.
The Blanketrol is used to help cool down the NICU patients that come through to keep them on a therapeutic colder state. It helps save brain cells, just save tissue too.
And we surpassed it by over $26,000.
The first thing they raised money for was something to take care of our youngest patients. And so they're clearly not thinking of themselves.
Do y'all know what Extra Life is? Have y'all heard about Extra Life or signed up yet?
We are using Extra Life as our biggest branch of the donations that we receive.
The fact that you could play video games in order to help raise money for kids, I thought that was very interesting.
And then are you part of Extra Life?
A very modern idea. People play video games all the time, so why not play video games for a cause? It felt very right and very smart.
Sign me up.
All right. One of the things that Christian had mentioned was that he felt like the Teen Advisory Board gave him purpose.
His diagnosis was osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer, and he was 14. He was walking with a cane like 3 months out of surgery. Chris was like doing chemo. He lost his hair, he gained some weight.
Christian stayed strong. He was positive throughout the entire time, but you could see him start to kind of get more tired.
All right, tell everybody bye.
Goodbye.
And tell everybody, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. We love you.
We all love you.
I remember him in the bed. He lost movement with his hands and stuff. And I'm like, oh, somebody donated. It popped up on your tablet. He's like, well, I gotta check it. I gotta send him a note and say thank you. So he would take his hand, and it would be until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he would still be trying to like type the note into the tablet to say thank you. I think he knew his time was coming short. At the end of the day, the thought process was quality of life, because they placed him in hospice, gave him 6 months tops, you know. They didn't think he was even gonna graduate. He still graduated. He walked across the stage.
Christian Keelis.
He sat through his entire ceremony, which was amazing, but he was in extreme pain. Yeah. He wanted to do it, so
One of the ways that he spent his time in the hospital was he wanted to make sure that the other children were taken care of. One Valentine's Day, he actually got a box of Valentines and, made his own little cards and actually went door to door and started passing out Valentines to the other kids.
His birthday was August 17th, and then he passed away October 4th.
I remember after he passed away, how we just kind of all sat in a room for like 15 minutes and just kind of cried together.
Actually, how about if I just donate? Okay.
That works too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think there will be anyone who will forget him at McLean Children's because he made such a strong impact.
Christian wouldn't want us to just sit here and cry over him. He would want us to keep on going.
He would have wanted us to keep tirelessly pushing forward towards our goals.
This year we want to go bigger.
This is our Extra Life page.
This year we are setting our goal to over 37,000.
And you can donate money to our page or have your own page and have people donate money to you.
As part of his ceremony, he made sure that in lieu of flowers, that everything went to Extra Life and to the Teen Advisory Board.
He would be so excited to see all of this because he wanted to be remembered, he wanted to leave a legacy, and this is one of the ways that he's been able to do that.
To be able to help you out with this 24-hour gaming marathon that you're getting ready to do, there are some things that you definitely want to do.
Remember, it's for the kids, okay? Just always, it's for the kids. You're doing this for good reason. No need to get upset. Definitely no need to get angry at anything or frustrated. When you think if you're getting stressed, think of the kids that are in the hospital. They're dealing with so much more than you are. And you kind of owe it to them to, suck it up.
Don't go at it alone. Get your friends and family involved. The more people you have there for game day, kind of the easier it is to get through. And yeah, you'll just have a great time.
Update your games, update your systems beforehand. If you are going the video game route, which I know there's a board game route, but if you're going the video game route, make sure you update your software on your games and on your hardware before going to an event or even just before you start streaming at home.
Don't be afraid to take a break, 24 hours, it's rough for anybody.
There's no point of risking things. If you're feeling too tired, if you're feeling exhausted, don't be afraid to stop.
Make sure you get some rest during the event, and please make sure you rest afterwards.
Get plenty of sleep the night before and the day before that, right? Because you're actually, whenever you go to sleep, it's 2 days that's going to affect you, right? So your sleep on Thursday is actually going to affect you on Saturday. That's how your body works, apparently.
Go in with a plan. You need to have, I write out a schedule of every single hour of what game I want to play. Have a good flow of games.
During your time in there, stretch. Please get up, move around, get your blood flowing, or else you will fall asleep. You will be sore. You will have cramps for the next day or two.
Eat healthy. Eat veggies, fruit. Drink lots of water.
Stay hydrated. Drink some water. Drink whatever it is, your beverage of choice, but just make sure to get some fluids in you.
Postpone caffeine as much as you possibly can on game day, because if you do that at the very beginning and you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to have a crash and it's going to be a lot harder to make it for 24 hours.
Get your elevator pitch ready. Of course, like me, I can sit there and tell you, Extra Life is a video game-based charitable organization that's part of the Children's Miracle Network. We play games, raise awareness, and raise funds for local CMN hospital.
Remember to tell your friends and family what you're doing, why you're doing it. Encourage people to make donations. You'll be surprised how much people actually do care and do want to help you out. They may not always show it, but especially on game day, that's your time to strike.
And the last tip that I can tell you, have fun, all right? You're playing games. You're doing this for kids. Realize that the reason why you're doing this is amazing, and have fun while you're doing it. It's going to be the best experience you'll ever have. I promise.